They said he wasn't ready. They said he only had his father's name. But on the field, Shedeur Sanders proved one thing: greatness is earned, not inherited. Before the entire nation was chanting his name, before millions of people were glued to their screens watching his highlights, and long before Colorado football became an overnight sensation, there was a boy. He was quiet, incredibly focused, and fiercely determined. His name was Shedeur Sanders. Growing up as the son of a living legend, Deion Sanders, also known as Coach Prime, wasn't the walk in the park many people imagine. The pressure was immense. From the moment he first picked up a football, people expected perfection. They expected magic. They expected him to be prime time, right from day one. It was a shadow so large it could have swallowed anyone whole. But Shedeur understood something profound, something that would define his entire journey. You do unbecome great by trying to copy someone else, even if that someone is your legendary father. You become great by becoming the truest, most authentic version of yourself. So, when the time came to choose a college, he made a decision that shocked the football world. He followed his father, Coach Deion Sanders, to the University of Colorado. The moment the announcement was made, the criticism came flooding in, and it was loud. Pundits, analysts, and fans on social media didn't hold back. He won't survive Power 5 football. He's not strong enough for this level of competition. And the most common, most cutting remark of all, he's only here because of his dad. Every single one of those comments was like a stone thrown at him, meant to tear him down. But Shedeur didn't let them break him. Instead, he started collecting those stones, one by one, and used them to build a fortress of motivation around himself. While others were sleeping in, he was grinding in the dark. We're talking 4 a.m. workouts, pushing his body to its absolute limit before the sun even thought about rising. He'd be in the film room until midnight, dissecting plays, studying defenses, looking for any tiny advantage he could find. He would run footwork drills over and over and over again, until every dropback, every step, every movement felt as natural and effortless as breathing. He didn't get into arguments on social media. He didn't clap back at the trolls online. He didn't waste a single breath responding to the noise. Because Shedeur knew a fundamental truth-real answers aren't given on the internet. They're given on the field, under the bright lights, when everything is on the line. And then came the game. The one that everyone remembers. The one that would change everything. The Buffaloes were down. The energy in the stadium was fading. The once roaring crowd had fallen into a nervous silence. On the other sideline, the opponents were celebrating, confident that victory was theirs. In the broadcast booth, the commentators were already crafting the narrative of Colorado's failure, their voices laced with doubt. But then the camera zoomed in on one person, Shedeur Sanders, and his face was the picture of calm. It was the calm of someone who had already done the work. The calm of someone who trusted his preparation more than anyone else's opinion. He had been in this moment 1,000 times before. in his mind, in the gym, on the practice field. This was just the final exam. Coach Prime, his father and his coach, leaned in close and said something soft, just for him. "Son, go show them who you are." With those words echoing in his ears, Shedeur walked back onto the field. He carried the fire of a warrior and the heart of a leader. It was time to give his answer. First drive, he takes the snap, his eyes scanning the field. He makes a perfect read, anticipates the defensive breakdown, and unleashes a beautiful deep throw that spirals through the air. Touchdown, the crowd stirs, there's a spark. Next possession, the defense is on its heels now. Shedeur is in complete control, a maestro conducting his orchestra. He dissects the coverage with surgical precision. Another strike, another touchdown. The stadium is electric. The momentum has completely shifted. And then the moment, the one that silenced the entire stadium and left everyone speechless. The clock is ticking down. The game hangs in the balance. It's all on him. He orchestrates a clutch, game-winning drive with absolute ice in his veins. Every pass is crisp. Every decision is perfect. He moves his team down the field as if the pressure doesn't even exist. The crowd erupted. The opponents on the other side froze, watching in disbelief. The commentators, who were just minutes ago filled with doubt, were now screaming into their microphones. This kid is different. This is unbelievable. But Shedeur, what did he do? Amid the chaos and the celebration, he simply looked at the camera, pointed to his wrist, and delivered the now iconic words that would define his arrival. Do you believe now? That day wasn't just about the numbers on the stat sheet. It wasn't just about passing yards or touchdowns. It was about proving something much, much deeper. It was a statement to the world that greatness is not an accident. It's not something you inherit through your bloodline. It's not something that's just given to you. Greatness is earned. It's earned through sweat, through sacrifice, and through an unshakable belief in yourself when no one else does. In that single game, Shedeur didn't just win a football game, he won respect. He won the hearts of fans across the country. And most importantly, he won silence from those who had doubted him his entire life. He stepped out of his father's enormous shadow and cast one of his own, reminding the world of a powerful lesson. No matter who your father is, no matter what your critics say, no matter how many stones they throw at you, your story is yours, and only yours, to write. People will doubt you until the day you make them silent. So don't fight them with words, fight them with results. Thanks for watching. If you are inspired by Shedeur's story, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more content that celebrates the power of hard work and determination. We'll see you in the next one.